In this sixth video, we'll look at what's going on under the hood of the Agile Cloud Manager that enables it to simplify the management of your enterprise systems to the point that groups of systems can increasingly seem to be as simple to operate upon as an appliance. And the first thing we want to consider is that you can use the Agile Cloud Manager with any pipeline tool. So if your organization is already using Jenkins or Azure DevOps or GitLab or GitHub or Bamboo or any other pipeline tool, you can continue to use the pipeline tool that you're already using, and you can integrate that pipeline tool with the Agile Cloud Manager very, very easily. That enables you to use the pipeline tools more simplistically, more easily. And the other end of what we'll discuss in this slide is that the result of the work that you can do to implement and iterate with the Agile Cloud Manager can be a resulting cloud appliance. And if you think about an appliance is, well, one example of an appliance is a toaster. And a toaster is very simple to operate, but a toaster also is something that would take some energy to build. So inside the toaster, there's a great deal of complexity, but the work of operating the toaster can become very, very simple. And that's what we want to approach as we implement and iterate with the Agile Cloud Manager. The second block in this slide, which we just added, explains how the Agile Cloud Manager has command line interface commands, CLI commands, that enable you to run workflows, create and run workflows. And the CLI commands are simple one-line commands that are very, very easy to write and very, very easy to understand. What the CLI commands do is they trigger automation algorithms inside the Agile Cloud Manager that replace huge quantities of pipeline code that already exist inside your enterprise. And by replacing those huge quantities of pipeline code that you would otherwise have to build and maintain, you're able to drastically reduce the amount of engineering required to develop and operate your systems. Now, what these automation algorithms do is they reach out first to configuration files for the Agile Cloud Manager. And we've got several working demos that you can run. We do hands-on training on an ongoing basis. You can come to our hands-on training sessions. Your engineers can come to our hands-on training sessions. And you'll see that we have operating examples that you can start with that already have all of these files built into them, and you can begin with working examples instead of building things from scratch. At the highest level in the Agile Cloud Manager's configuration files is an appliance configuration file, which is called acm.yaml. And it's a very short file that might have only a small number of lines of code, 2, 3, 5, 8 lines of code. And each line of code is nothing more than a reference to a system template. And then there is a system template for each of the systems that together comprise an appliance. And we'll explain how all that works in subsequent short videos. However, for the moment, what you can understand is that each of these system configuration files is a very easy and simple and reusable way to reference the templates that you already have. In your company, you already have Terraform modules, and you might already have CloudFormation templates. You might already have Packer templates. You might already have ARM templates. You might already have other types of templates. And what the Agile Cloud Manager does is it enables you to orchestrate all of your pre-existing templates in a way that makes it easier to reuse those templates that you already have, so that the orchestration of those templates can become a much simpler thing, and the maintenance of those templates can become a much simpler process. We have built-in controllers in the Agile Cloud Manager for several different things, including Terraform modules, CloudFormation templates, Packer templates, and ARM templates. Also, if you want to integrate other things that are not covered by our built-in controllers, we also have examples that work in our demos of custom controllers that enable you to take all the pre-existing logic you already have and encapsulate that pre-existing logic inside a custom controller that also can be orchestrated by the Agile Cloud Manager. And each of these types of templates you might already have can also orchestrate the scripts and the playbooks that you already have in your configuration management tools. For example, you might already be using Ansible or Puppet or Chef or other tools, many different scripting languages. And all of those scripts and different scripting languages can also be orchestrated through the Agile Cloud Manager in this way. So the result then of this orchestration of what's going on underneath the hood is that you get a resulting cloud appliance. And if you think about this from a high level, you're reducing the number of templates that you have in your organization by making them reusable in order to take advantage of all of the benefits that become available as you use the Agile Cloud Manager, which has these things described on this slide going on underneath the hood. And two of the primary benefits of putting all of your templates into the Agile Cloud Manager in this way and reducing the number of templates in this way and reusing the templates in this way is that you can reduce the amount of engineering work that's required in your organization because you have to develop and maintain fewer templates. So it takes less engineering work to develop and maintain a smaller number of templates. And then also you have a smaller enterprise attack surface. Because if you think about it, if you've got a smaller number of templates, that means there's less code and it's easier to govern the smaller amount of code in the smaller number of templates. And that means that there's a smaller enterprise attack surface because there's less code and fewer templates that you're needing to secure. In the next video, we'll go into some detail from a very different perspective. We'll step back up to the enterprise level and look at the enterprise platform full of appliances that are composed of systems. And we'll start to see how the things in this slide manifest when you look at this from an enterprise level. You can download the Agile Cloud Manager for free at agilecloudinstitute.io. And you can hire the Agile Cloud Institute to perform technical support, training, and consulting. You can get more information and you can contact us through agilecloudinstitute.io.